Today is March 19th. Today's quote is entitled, "Unfit for Pure Devotion." Srila Bhaktisiddanta writes, "Even if one is a vaisnava, if he commits offenses to the holy name, he becomes unfit to render pure devotion." I found this very interesting because it's subtle. We're all engaged in devotional service. We're going on day in and day out, and we might think, well, if I'm going on day in and day out, I haven't fallen down, I'm following the principles, I'm chanting my 16 rounds, that I must be doing well. In one sense, that's true. We are doing well, because if we commit offenses, at least serious offenses, we would fall down. So the fact that we're continuing is a sign of Krishna's mercy. At the same time, if we're not developing pure devotional service, or we're not steadily advancing, gradually becoming detached, more attached to Krishna, if we're still engaged maybe too much in sense gratification or too much materially, you know what I'm talking about. It's relative to the individual. But if you don't feel yourself progressing, it may be that we're committing some minor offense, or we're committing offenses we're unaware of. Particularly to the holy name, I think that's one of course we offend devotees, but because we're chanting every day, the likelihood of committing offense to the holy name, we're chanting for 2 hours, there's a good chance we may be doing that. We don't have to, we can avoid them, but we may be doing that. And so if we're making offenses, even though they're little, it's holding us back from coming to higher levels of Krishna consciousness, or as Srila Bhaktisiddanta says, pure devotion. So we all want to become pure devotees. So I think this statement is just a warning that even though we're executing devotional service, if we're committing offenses, it's going to affect the purity of our chanting. Because unless the chanting is pure, we're not going to awaken pure devotion within the heart. As we said last week, you can engage in pure devotional service, but that pure devotion in your heart, it is going to awaken when we become free from offenses and we chant the pure holy name. And so if we're making offenses to Vaishnavas or the holy name, that holds us back from being able to chant that pure holy name. And so the goal is to chant pure holy name. That's our goal. And so many things get in the way of that chanting of the pure holy name. We want to remove those things. Even the pride, the arrogance, the envy, these things, they get in the way. They have to be removed. I mean, you can't just remove them overnight, but we have to work on that, because that's what's blocking pure chanting. So we can't just take those things for granted and think, oh, someday they'll go away. We actually have to work on that. Through the power of bhakti, the grace of the holy name, we'll get the power to do that. But those things must be removed. And so also we have to take control of our words and actions so that we don't offend other Vaishnavas, because even though we engage in devotional service, if we're offending Vaishnavas, then as Srila Bhaktisiddanta said, we'll become unfit for pure bhakti. Hare Krishna.